Welcome back to my low carb kitchen, and today in the low carb kitchen we are doing some THM or Trim Healthy Mama breakfast prep. If you don't know what Trim Healthy Mama is, I will add the video to the description so that you can check out what Trim Healthy Mama means, what the plan is like, what that diet plan is like. It is a low carb diet plan similar to keto, but the way that it differs from keto is that you're allowed to have more carbs than what are limited in keto, and you're also allowed to have more fruit. I mean, different varieties of fruit compared to keto, which is strictly sticking to berries and then using a lot of fruit extracts when it comes to cooking. So that's how keto and Trim Healthy Mama differ. And again, I will add the video down below in the description. Today we're doing a breakfast prep for the week, and we'll be making several items for our breakfast prep. We're gonna do pancakes, waffles. I want to do some cinnamon muffins with a streusel topping, so we are going to do that too. I also really want to do wraps and bread for buns, but I'll see how far I get into this. All the recipes that I'm doing, excluding the cinnamon muffin recipe, they are already on my channel, and if you guys want to make it more convenient, I'll just add in my recipes playlist down in the description, and you can check out all of those low carb recipes in those various videos all by themselves if you want to see more detailed. But today we're just going to go through really quickly and do a meal prep. For the pancakes and the waffles, it's the same recipe, equal parts oats, egg whites, and cottage cheese. So that's what we're going to do. I don't think I have enough cottage cheese to do waffles and pancakes, so I'm going to use the remainder of the cottage cheese that I do have for the pancake portion, and then for the waffle portion, I'm going to switch to using ricotta cheese, which is going to up the fat. If you do this, your waffles are going to be more of a crossover, and if you're not familiar with THM and the abbreviations, a crossover is a recipe or a food item that has both fats and carbs present. With Trim Healthy Mama, you try to split up your carbs and your fats when they're present from meal to meal. If you're in weight loss mode and you're trying to lose weight, you want to eat those carbs and fats in separate meals, and the plan details all of that. Again, the video is linked down below, but we're going to go ahead and get started with this recipe. So enjoy! Pro tip for flipping pancakes. The pancake is ready to flip when you see these bubbles, and especially when they start to burst. That's how you know your pancake's ready to flip. All right, so now that we have our pancakes done, it only made about a dozen pancakes, which is fine. This will be enough for a couple of days until I get more cottage cheese. Now we're gonna work on the waffles, and the waffles is the same recipe. We're gonna do 2 cups of egg whites, which are already in there, and instead of cottage cheese, we're doing ricotta cheese, which ups the fat in the waffles, and then we'll do 2 cups of oats. So I've already got the egg whites in there. I'm just going to scoop out, I might just eyeball it. I make this recipe so often that I usually just eyeball it and it's fine. Actually saves on the cleaning of the measuring spoons and stuff. This is a staple in our house. I feel like instead of buying Eggo waffles or pancakes or things like that, making this on the weekend ahead of time is really smart. Good for the kids, good for the whole family. And when I make mine, even though the original recipe calls for sweetener, I don't put sweetener in mine because I know that people are going to be putting sweetness on top of the pancake. My kids will do chocolate chips, They'll do regular syrup. We don't have any right now, but sometimes we have regular syrup. I have a sugar-free syrup. We also have honey and organic maple syrup. So I know that we'll be putting some sort of sweetness on top of the pancakes or waffles. So instead of putting sweetness into the batter, I go ahead and skip that part. That saves me money on the sweetener, because then I can use that sweetener for other things like coffee or Dandy Blend, which is what I've been drinking right now is Dandy Blend. So we'll go ahead and put 2 cups of this in there. And then I still need to put a little bit of baking powder. Just eyeballing this whole thing, but if you want detailed recipes, check out my videos on my recipe playlist or in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks. Okay, so we're done with the waffles and the pancakes, and now we're gonna start on the cinnamon streusel muffins. I have one recipe that I printed offline, but I printed it way too quickly because now that I'm looking at the ingredients, I'm thinking I don't really like this recipe, so I'm gonna wing it and make it up as I go along. I hope it comes out good because I'm gonna wing it. Hope it comes out good because I'm gonna wing it.
Hope it comes out good because I'm gonna wing it.
So you might say that that was a foreshadowing of events, because in just a few moments, you are going to see how those muffins turned out. And please try not to laugh out loud because I'll probably hear it through your computer screen somehow.
So some recipes are a win and some recipes are a fail. My son said I should do low carb kitchen fails. So this is my low carb kitchen fail, but we're gonna taste it. It might look ugly, but it might taste really good. We're gonna taste it. I think I put way too much butter in it. Got a little bit butter happy. So this is how it turned out. So we'll see how they taste. I'm gonna take them out and plate them. See what I can do with them.
Since I had one muffin recipe that was a fail, I went back to a tried and true muffin recipe. This is the THM Bust-A-Myth muffins. That is their banana bread version. So I made a batch of those to go into the freezer. Like 4 days ago, I started recording this video, and I'm just now closing it out because 4 days ago when I started doing this breakfast prep, my husband got really sick, sicker than he's ever been, and he ended up going to get tested for coronavirus, and the test came back positive. So for 4 days now, we as a family have been quarantining with my husband here at the house. I have him in the master bedroom that has a bathroom, so he's there all by himself and kind of doing a meal drop off at the door where he picks up, and he's doing really well. In day 4, he's had the just common symptoms of COVID, but I think he said his biggest one is just feeling extremely fatigued and tired. He's been able to get up and do some stuff in the morning for his job, but by lunchtime it's just downhill from there, and he just feels like he's got to crash and just got to get a lot of rest, which is fine. And the kids and I have been hanging out on the other side of the house watching movies, and we're also doing homeschool with the 2 older kids. Thank God for the internet, because they're doing homeschool online for the next 2 weeks. We are locked into this quarantine. We're still doing lots of like outdoor type things. Like the other day we went hiking, which was an outdoor thing out here in the country. That was great. It's been pretty rainy yesterday and today, so we haven't gotten to do that, but the next sunny day we have, I do plan on having the kids and I out so we can get lots of vitamin D, because that's good for if you have any type of virus. It's good for you to get lots of vitamin D and vitamin C and zinc and elderberry, and we've just been doing all the things to try and heal and get better. Come over here. Do you guys want to talk about your quarantining?
Yeah. Okay, the quarantine is about ecstasy.
Sit down and tell us what you've been doing during the quarantine.
I was playing in the quarantine. And Mama said Mama says we'll get a prize if we be the goodest quarantiner in all this quarantine.
So who's gonna be the best quarantine kid?
Me!
So okay, so that's how we're doing, and pray for us, pray for my husband,
And
pray for healing,
and
that
pray
Daddy will
for
get better.
me that I'll get the prize. Bye.